because ultimately, like, breaks are meant to be a break. Like, whether it's a wedding or just a Sunday where you're not doing something related to hockey, or like those, and you hear like professional athletes and professional coaches say this all the time. Like, I take time off at X point in the year because it allows me to be my best later on, or the break I give my body allows me to not get injured during the season. Like, whatever that is, like, I think in coaching it can be a really hard thing to do, because theoretically, like, I'm not going to injure my legs by watching more film, or I'm not going to like injure my brain even by continuing to think about our forecheck. But, and I feel like I've brought up this example before, but there was one year we had the week of Thanksgiving off. It was one of my years at Curry, and we had Thanksgiving week off, and I pretty much spent the whole week at home at my parents' house, like making calls with recruiting and like just looking at different schedules and watching some film on. It was all like recruiting based because we didn't have games that weekend and we weren't playing for another like 10 days. So I didn't feel like there was a lot to do with our actual team. So I just spent this like vast amount of time working on recruiting stuff. And I'm sure it was like good, I guess. I say good in like air quotes. Like, maybe it was good to like polish up where we were at with our lists, and I don't know, like maybe it was helpful. But I remember coming back the week after Thanksgiving and feeling like I didn't even get a break. Like, I didn't do anything that was like all the stuff that you can't do during the year, like as much of, whether that's like spend as much time working out, or for me, like spending time just like watching a show or reading, like those things you don't do a lot of during the year. And I wasn't able to do like any of that over the break because I just spent the whole time looking at different hockey stuff. And I kind of like told myself afterwards, like, I can't do that again in the future. If you get like 3 days off, like take the 3 days off, because then when you come back, you don't get that time to do those other things, read, hang out, watch TV. Like, it's not going to come once you get back from break. And it's, I do think it's a hard thing. I think it's easier when you're playing because you're like, I'm home, I didn't bring my bag, or I don't have